Hi everybody, it's Robin here at Toadstool Tarot. Back in the 70s, I lived in a town 14 miles down the river from New Hope, Pennsylvania. And New Hope was a little quaint town full of sidewalk boutiques. And I recall near the end of the town, by the bridge, there was a little head shop, which was popular in those days, back in the early 70s, late 60s. And I seem to recall in the head shop, besides beaded curtains and black light posters and black lights and incense and little statues of Hindu gods, they also had a couple of tarot decks. Now, they didn't have too many at the time. I think there were only 3. There was the Rider-Waite. There was, I believe, the Grand Atea. And the third one was this one here, the 1JJ Swiss. I recently found a copy of this. I used to have it years ago, but I didn't really get into it because I didn't know what to do with the pip cards. Now that I'm studying Marseille deck, reading a little bit more, I'm getting a better sense of how to read them. So I decided I should probably buy this again. And I found it really cheap online at, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Book Depository in the UK. It was for under $20, including shipping to the US, which seemed like a bargain to me. I don't know if this was the original publisher. It says here AGM Urania, and I can't recall if that was the one I had. The box is a little bit bent, but let's see. So it's a tuck box. Comes with a little instruction booklet. Accordion fold. A little chart. Descriptions of major, minor arcana, and a spread. Not very much, very little information. This is the back design. Very nice plaid, actually. Looks like a vintage traveling suitcase, kind of, from the 50s. Sort of beige-ish brown, kind of rusty brown color with blue and black. The cardstock is, I guess it's thin to average. Reach here for a, these are a little smaller than the average tarot card, as you can see. Let's say about 1/2 inch shorter and 1/2 inch narrower. So actually a very nice size to hold and handle and shuffle. The cards are very pleasant, nice and slippery without being overly slippery. They don't jump out of your hand, but they glide really easily. Came with a guarantee and an advertising card for 3 other decks put out by AGM. This deck has a very traditional look, sort of more along the lines of Italian tarot, I'd say, than Marseille. bright colors, bright primary colors. Small, almost imperceptible copyright in the corner. Borders. This is the Fool. Magician. This deck has Juno and Jupiter instead of the Popess and the Pope, or the High Priestess and Hierophant. The Empress. The Emperor. Jupiter. The Lovers. The Chariot. It's kind of a classically handsome deck, if you don't mind the bright colors. Justice. Justice is in the number 8 position. The Hermit. Interesting Wheel of Fortune. Looks like a couple arguing at the top of the wheel, somebody falling off the bottom, and fate turning the wheel. We have Strength in the number 11 position. Looks like Hercules battling a lion. The Hanged Man. This Hanged Man looks a little more woeful than usual. He seems dead or asleep or not particularly cheerful. Let's see, we've got some green here. The deck is mostly red, yellow, and blue. Here we have Death at 13. Temperance. An interesting Devil. With someone hiding their face in shame or horror. The Tower. The Star. The Moon. It's a different moon card than we're used to. You don't have the 2 dogs. You've got somebody serenading under the moon. The Sun. It's a very sort of romantic deck. Judgment. The World. Now we have the pips. We have wands or batons. We've got some browns in here. I guess they've blended some of the colors. Oh, and some green. This is interesting. This 5th wand is broken at the center. It's not a solid piece. Same thing here. Page of Wands. Knight. Queen. And King. We have the cups. It's a beautiful cup. I tend to like these cups that are more curvilinear. A lot of the Marseille cups are very sharp angle. In fact, they look more architectural. They almost look like little castle structures on a pedestal. But I like these ones that look more like a goblet with a cover on it. And they almost look like bells too, see? Grapes. Not sure what kind of berries those are. Seems like different plants on every pip card. That one's got acorns on it. Page. Knight. Queen. King. It's interesting. That table leg. Wings on this beast. And we've got swords. The swords has handles and hilts, which sometimes we don't have. Page of Swords. These are very fancy dressed court cards. Knight of Swords, Queen, and King. Then we have Pentacles, Coins, Denier. Fabrique de Carte Schaffhaus. I guess Schaffhaus was the printer or publisher. I'm not sure where they were located. Don't know what the IM stands for. So what do you think of these? The price was right. I think it was even a discount. I couldn't believe I could get them for under $20 all the way from the UK to the US, including the shipping. If you like this style of illustration and these bright primary colors, this is a bit of a change of pace from other traditional decks. You might enjoy having this in your collection. It's not a particularly thick deck, but that's the way I prefer them. I don't really like cards that are difficult to handle. These are very nice. So that's the 1JJ Swiss from AGM. See you all soon. Thanks for stopping by.